Get ready for massive market movements, because Qualcomm stock has absolutely skyrocketed to a record peak, fueled by a huge push into AI data centers. CEO Cristiano Amon just dropped some bombshell news revealing preliminary deliveries of a custom data center chip slated for the December quarter, destined for a major hyperscaler client. This strategic pivot is transforming Qualcomm from a smartphone company into a major player in AI infrastructure, and you need to hear the full story right now.
Never get caught with a dead phone again. This INIU portable charger is compact, travel-friendly, and gives you fast 45-watt charging with a built-in USB-C cable, so there's no need to carry extra cords. With 10,000 mAh power, it's perfect for busy days, trips, emergencies, or anytime your battery drops too low. Grab yours on Amazon through the link in the comments before your phone hits 1%.
Next up, we look at the choppy waters in the market as stocks make the biggest moves midday. We're diving into the performance of Corning, Qualcomm, Wendy's, and Trade Desk, and you won't want to miss the analysis on these movers and shakers. Find out which stocks are surging and which are taking a hit in today's midday trading session. But the story doesn't end there. We are tracking the significant downward pressure hitting Qualcomm, as its stock price plunged nearly 15% on Tuesday, trading as low as $218. We break down the analyst reactions, from DZ Bank downgrading their rating to Evercore setting a new price target, and what this latest drop means for the company's outlook. Finally, we examine the broader tech fallout as Qualcomm, NVIDIA, AMD, and Intel all plunged up to 15%, as hot U.S. inflation data dampened the AI rally sentiment. Discover how the accelerating inflation rate and geopolitical tensions are shaking up the entire semiconductor sector. And don't forget to download the channel YouTube app now for your daily market updates. Qualcomm stock achieved a record high on Monday, soaring to $237.53, representing an 8.4% daily increase and surpassing its previous record close of $227.09 from June 2024. This surge marks the fifth consecutive day of gains for the stock, accumulating a 41% increase over that period, signaling the strongest five-day performance since late April 2019. The rally follows a strong April 29 fiscal second quarter earnings release, which surpassed Wall Street expectations for both revenue and earnings. Crucially, subsequent analyst commentary ignited further investor excitement. During an analyst call, CEO Cristiano Amon disclosed preliminary delivery plans for a custom data center chip slated for the December quarter, targeting a major hyperscaler client. Amon described the client as a large hyperscaler and hinted at a multi-generation partnership, with further details expected at the June Investor Day. This data center initiative is fundamentally reshaping market perception, shifting Qualcomm from a traditional smartphone semiconductor company to a significant player in enterprise-scale AI infrastructure. Following these developments, several analysts upgraded their outlook. Daiwa Securities moved QCOM from neutral to outperform with a $225 price target, and Tigris Financial and Benchmark also raised their targets. Despite the positive momentum, the consensus rating from over 40 surveyed analysts remains a hold, with an aggregate price target of $176.72, placing the current trading level approximately 34% above this forecast. Broader semiconductor sector strength also fueled the rally, with Intel shares rising 3.6% on tentative reports of chip agreements for Apple products, and the PHLX Semiconductor Index posting its most substantial 25-day advance since the dot-com era in 2000. Qualcomm has successfully diversified its revenue streams beyond smartphones into automotive, IoT, and AI solutions, as evidenced by its fiscal Q2 performance. Industry projections anticipate global semiconductor revenue to exceed $1 trillion this year, driven primarily by AI infrastructure and data center expansion, positioning Qualcomm strategically to capture market share in these growing segments. The company is set to elaborate further on its data center strategy during its upcoming Investor Day in June. Market movers. Midday surge highlights key stocks. Markets experienced significant movement during the midday trading session, with several major stocks capturing investor attention. According to recent reports from CNBC, companies such as Corning, Qualcomm, Wendy's, and Trade Desk were among those making the biggest moves. This activity underscores ongoing volatility and investor interest across various sectors. Financial news providers emphasize the importance of real-time data, noting that the information provided is a snapshot and may have a delay of at least 15 minutes. This highlights the fast-paced nature of modern financial markets, where timely information is crucial for trading decisions. For investors seeking deeper insights and timely updates, news outlets encourage subscriptions to newsletters, including Channel YouTube, to receive more information about products and services. Versant Media Company remains committed to providing global business and financial news, stock quotes, and market analysis. Noi Dung Kai Tight. Qualcomm Incorporated Nasdaq, QCOM, experienced a significant downturn on Tuesday, with its stock price falling 9.3%. Trading as low as $218, the stock closed at $215.468, reflecting a substantial 37% decrease in trading volume compared to the average session volume. This decline follows a week marked by varied analyst commentary and recent corporate updates. /N analyst sentiment remains mixed. Recent reports show divergence, with DZ Bank downgrading the rating from buy to hold with a $195 price target. Conversely, Roth MKM issued a buy rating, and Morgan Stanley initiated coverage with an overweight rating. Other analysts have provided differing targets, including Evercore's $179 target and Barclays' underweight rating with a revised price objective of $150. Overall, the consensus rating among 14 investment analysts leans toward hold, with a consensus target price set at $180.37. /N fundamental data reveals a market capitalization of $216.31 billion, a P/E ratio of 22.31, and a beta of 1.49. The company recently reported quarterly earnings on April 29, posting an earnings per share of $2.65, slightly surpassing the consensus estimate of $2.56. Revenue reached $10.6 billion, beating estimates, though the business saw a 3.5% year-over-year revenue decline. The company has set its Q3 2026 guidance for EPS between 2.1 and 2.300. /N in dividend news, Qualcomm announced a quarterly dividend of 92 cents per share, payable on June 25, marking an increase from the previous 89 cents payout. The dividend yield stands at 1.8%, with a payout ratio of 38.70%. /N on the corporate front, the board approved a $20 billion stock buyback plan on March 17, signaling management's belief in the stock's undervaluation. Insider activity has also been noted, with executives Akash J. Palkhiwala and Patricia Y. Gretsch selling shares under prearranged trading plans. Meanwhile, institutional ownership remains high, with institutional investors holding 74.35% of the company's stock. Qualcomm continues to operate as a key player in the semiconductor and telecommunications equipment sector, focusing on Snapdragon platforms, cellular modems, and connectivity solutions for various applications. Major technology stocks experienced significant declines on Tuesday as hotter-than-expected U.S. inflation data and ongoing geopolitical tensions dampened investor sentiment. Qualcomm plunged 15% to $202.50 per share, followed by sharp drops in Intel, Micron Technology, Marvell Technology, and Advanced Micro Devices, all falling over 6%. NVIDIA, despite being the world's most valuable company, also saw a 1.6% decrease. The market downturn was fueled by economic data indicating that the annual U.S. inflation rate accelerated to 3.8% in April 2026, the highest level since May 2023, up from 3.3% in March. This acceleration is attributed to oil price pressures stemming from the conflict in the Middle East, which has pushed Brent crude prices nearly 50% higher from pre-war levels. These inflation concerns have complicated the Federal Reserve's policy outlook, increasing expectations for a potential 25 basis point interest rate hike by December. Furthermore, two-year Treasury yields rose to their highest level since June, and money markets are pricing in a nearly 70% probability of a Federal Reserve rate hike by April 2027. Geopolitical uncertainty, specifically the impasse between the U.S. and Iran, remains a significant drag on sentiment, with the Strait of Hormuz remaining largely closed after 2 months of conflict and failed diplomacy. While corporate earnings had previously provided a boost, investor caution persists amid stalled negotiations. Concerns over potential new taxes on AI-related profits also rattled South Korean semiconductor giants like Samsung Electronics and SK Hynix, given the sector's central role in the current market rally following the launch of ChatGPT. Analysts note that markets remain heavily concentrated in AI-linked winners, and the recent strong rally has prompted profit-taking among chip makers. This sell-off dragged the Nasdaq 100 down 2.3% to an intraday low of 28,648, erasing substantial gains. Despite the dip, the index remains up 4.21% in May, having previously recorded a sharp 16% surge in April, marking its largest monthly gain in 6 years.